Shadowroping is a bodyweight movement practice that takes your rope flow practice and uses the movements to help elevate the way you breathe, move, and feel. When we take the rope away from the practice, we're able to intuit what the entire body is doing from the ground up. In science, we learned that energy can't be created nor destroyed, simply transferred. That transfer of energy comes from the ground up, and that pivot is a pivotal aspect to the rest of your movement practice. Not just in rope flow, but how you human, how we walk, how we jog, how we jump, how we dance, all of the movements that allow us to get from point A to point B and complete the task come from rotation. I'm a huge boxing fan and just a fan of martial arts in general. And if you are too, you know that shadow boxing is a pivotal part of learning the art of violence. Now, when it comes to rope flow, if you go wireless with your movements, the same fundamental ideas of why boxers decide to imagine an opponent hold true for your rope flow and why you should imagine the rope in your hands. And we start to see the nuances of the art itself and how it influences your entire global system, not just the hands in your boxing, not just the rope in your rope flow. Lots of these ideas came from talking to David Weck, the godfather of rope flow. When he heard about doing a shadow roping program, he got so excited at the idea, and now we're able to share this with you guys. I hope you take the practices of this program and include it into your everyday movements so you can see how it elevates the way you breathe, move, and feel. So take this practice, intuit it into your body, and see how it elevates your reality. We'll be starting the shadow rope program with race and chase. Race and chase is the simplest figure-8 pattern of rope flow that we first learned before getting into the intricate style as you advance your practice. We teach this overhand to start because it feels a bit more natural, especially the more sedentary the human is that's dipping their toe into this practice. You start by bringing both of your hands on one side, top hand pinky by the thumb of the bottom hand. From there, the top hand is the racer that will start to create a figure-8 pattern, while the bottom hand is a chaser that's following along. When we do this movement, and the entire essence of shadow rope program is about not just your arms or the rope moving, but this being a fully integrated top to bottom movement. So let's get going. Both hands on one side. Notice how the upper body rotates to face where the hands are. From there, the top hand will make a figure-8, crossing midline, that's key, crossing midline, to the other side, drawing a circle to your side, then up and back, cross midline to where you came from. A visualization that really helps me is drawing a circle to your right, drawing a circle to your left, and that circle, when you cross midline, is coming forward towards the direction you're facing. This is north on the compass that you're standing on. Wherever you're facing is north and you have forward intent. Figure-8, across, across. Now let's get into underhand. When you do your underhand pattern, it starts basically the same, but now the bottom hand will be the one leading the dance. The bottom hand will come and cut up through midline with the pinky leading. Then the pinky continues to lead as it goes down and draws a circle on the other side of your body while coming back. Circle to your left, circle to your right. At first, it may feel better to just do simple figure-8s in front of the midline and then slowly draw the figure-8 a little bigger where the figure-8 is getting larger and larger, and see if you can make it travel to one side and to the other. The visualization aspect of shadow roping is key for advancing not only your movement practice, but your rope flow practice as well. And finally, this is the shadow roping program, but to show you the value of what we're learning, your race and chase, starting in front of the body, and then slowly starting to integrate the entire body, while the rope is crossing midline at north, facing forward, circle to the right, circle to the left. Your underhand pattern, the bottom hand leads the dance, circle, circle, starting small with just the hands, but then slowly incorporating the entire body. As you do these shadow roping programs without the rope, you'll start to see that your rope practice exponentially gets more creative and intuitive. Have fun. On to Matadors Wheel. Now the Matadors Wheel is an extension of the Race and Chase. Your Race and Chase is a single loop on either side using that figure 8 pattern. The Matadors Wheel is 2 loops on either side. The way that David Weck, the founder of Rope Flow, teaches this is incredible, so I'm not gonna change the sauce too much. We'll just work on what he built and then go from there. So, you take both of your hands to one side of the body. Wherever you go, remember your entire upper body's rotation is leading the dance. We don't want to get used to our arms coming across without the integration of our whole body. In Matador's Wheel, your hands will start facing each other. Again, we'll start with overhand. So the first circle is drawing a circle forward, and then on the second circle, the backhand comes over and crosses midline. As you go to the other side, the hands will automatically switch. Now the left hand is the backhand. You'll draw one circle forward, and then on the second circle, the backhand crosses midline, and then circle, cross, circle, cross, circle, cross. Just like your Race and Chase, you can do this little circle and cross with minimal movement in your body. Remember, the essence of shadow roping is integrating your entire body from the ground up to grow your movement potential and capacity. Let's work on Matador's Wheel in underhand. This time, your hands again facing each other, but now we're drawing a circle backwards. On the second loop, the backhand comes underhand, and then you draw a circle on the other side. Underhand, circle. Underhand, circle. Underhand, circle. Notice how I'm coming out of my pocket and up across midline, drawing a circle and doing the same thing on the other side. Now, if you pay attention to Weck method, RMT and coiling is a huge aspect of their movement system. When we do the underhand pattern across midline, it looks a lot like an uppercut. That power is coming from the pivoting foot, the rotation of the knee and hip as the hand comes through midline. In boxing, strength doesn't come from the arms, it actually comes from the ground up through the rotation of the ankle, knee, and hip while you're crossing midline. The same holds true for your rope flow practice. All right, now let's hit the Matador's Wheel with the rope for reference. You have both hands on either side facing each other. One circle forward, cross midline. One circle forward, cross midline. Cross, cross. The bigger the figure 8, the more rotation is going throughout your entire body. And the movement starts from the feet pivoting across body. Now, underhand. Circle back, cross midline. Circle, cross. Circle, cross. Circle, cross. Secret time. Teaching hundreds of people the drag and roll who have never done rope flow before is where the idea of this entire shadow roping program came from. When people typically try to learn this pattern, they're only focusing on what the rope and what the hands are doing and fail to miss the beauty of this entire integrated system moving in a fluid way. So when we take the rope out of the hands and make this movement wireless, what we do is start to influence the entire body to realize that the movement comes from the ground up. Something we'll do to visualize is your hands will make OK fingers, acting like we're holding the rope. And this will be important for you to think about where your wrists are facing. Wrists facing down, wrists facing up. We'll start on one side of the body, so we'll turn. Now watch when I turn how that turn starts from the ankle, knee, and hip, so my body is facing the same direction as my hands. From here, I drag my imaginary rope as my entire body turns, and again, look, my hips, spine, shoulders, and arms are facing the direction of the rest of my body. From here, I'll flick the imaginary rope over me, which creates extension in my body. One of the most beneficial postures for us in sedentary lifestyles because our back body gets so weak. From here, the rope is behind you as you pivot back to where you came from and flick it back in front. We're drawing a circle with our energy, and the bottom half of the circle is when we choose to pivot and change directions. When the rope is above us and comes down, that pivot down is what allows us to turn this way. So if you can imagine that circle being drawn with my hands, notice that the down portion is when we pivot, up, down as you pivot coming back, up, down, up, down, up. As you improve your drag and roll, you'll want to include that light bounce to help you visualize the timing of the down and up of that circle. Make sure to practice both directions because this is a both sides utilized movement, meaning both hemispheres of the brain are working just as hard. Starting from one side, you drag, roll, turn, roll, and then you want to start from the opposite side, creating a circle in the other direction to make sure it feels just as fluid. Down, up, down, up. Other way, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The drag and roll is one of my favorite movements in this entire practice, and learning it without the rope will truly exponentially grow the rest of your movement practice. Here we go, with the rope, drag and roll. We turn, flick, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice the circle with the rope and how we pivot on the down every time the rope makes contact with the ground in both directions. And with your wireless approach, you want to imagine that down up so it becomes even more fluid when the rope is back in your hands. Enjoy. The sneak is the sneakiest fundamental pattern of rope flow. It took me a while to learn this with the rope, so visualization and doing this without the rope may be a bit tricky, but I trust you. So what we're gonna do is play a mind game to think about what is actually happening in the sneak. Remember in the drag and roll that our hands never crossed each other throughout the entire movement pattern. On this sneak, what's actually happening is both hands are switching roles to which side they're in. Because this is a forward intent movement, we'll imagine jumping rope to start this thought experiment. Now as the rope comes forward and down towards your legs, how do we keep it from touching us without jumping? One way would be to bring both hands to one side and then the backhand come across to the other side and coming over your body, and it doesn't touch you at all. From here, you'll bring it to this side, both hands on this other side of your body, and then it's back and over your body. So the thought experiment is, oh no, I don't want this to touch me, but I'm not jumping. You turn, so both hands come in on one side, the backhand comes behind the back, and problem solved. The rope is behind us. Now it's coming up and over, it's back in front of us, oh no, can't hit my legs, so both hands go to the other side and releases the rope, problem solved, behind you. This is a very sneaky movement. Remember, agitation and frustration lead to adaptation. This may take a few reps. Let's do the other side. You're jumping rope. Now you don't want to jump anymore. The rope's coming down in slow motion. Best thing to do, turn both hands to one side. The backhand comes across, problem solved. Rope is behind you. Now it's coming up and over you. Oh no, it's gonna hit you the front side. So now we have to turn, both hands on this side, and the rope is behind you, problem solved. Full speed, your shadow roping, overhand looks like this. Down, switch hand sides, over, switch hand sides. Down, switch, to the other side, back to where you started. Other side would be like this, coming down, both hands to this side, switch hand position, rope is up and over you. Now rope comes to the right side, back to where you started. In underhand, the pattern is in reverse. We're throwing the rope up and behind us, and to keep it from touching our heels, we pivot, backhand comes across, and now the rope is up and over my front side. It's coming in front. I don't want it to hit me behind, so I get the rope out of the side of my body, and here we go. Full speed would look like this, and like this if we're alternating. Sneak, sneak, okay? If you don't want to alternate to start, it would look like this. Sneak, come back, same side, sneak, come back. Sneak, come back, sneak, come back. So with the rope, to avoid it from hitting you, you twist. Switch hand position. As you do that with momentum, the rope will come over, and before it touches your legs on the front side, you pivot out the way. I like to think, oh no, it's gonna hit me on the way down. Oh no, it's gonna hit me. Turn, 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 turn. In underhand, you pivot and pivot. Pivot and pivot. Before the rope is gonna touch you, you twist and twist out. Twist in, twist out, twist in, twist out. Be patient with this pattern and yourself. learning this movement allowed me to truly grow my character. Adversity is one of the most incredible things you can practice. In neurology, they talk about a part of your brain, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, that is actually the tenacity center of the brain that you grow when you do things that you don't really want to do, or you're not good at, or there's all these weird external thoughts and ideas behind it. But when you push through those boundaries, you truly elevate how you breathe, move, and feel. This movement was something that taught me that along my entire movement practice, and that transcended rope flow. It made my entire life better. And that's why this program exists. So I hope this movement helps you. And if not, remember, reach out to me. As we go beyond the 4 fundamental patterns, we'll start sequencing and putting these patterns together like puzzle pieces. One more movement in order for you to do that is the propeller. Your hands drawing a circle right in front of you, either facing one direction or going towards the other. And when you have the rope in your hands, the hands are typically one above the other, whether you're going in that direction or that direction. The direction that the circle is going, the downside will be the bottom hand. Bottom hand will come down, okay? Bottom hand down, and then the other side, the circle you're drawing on the way down, you want the underhand on the downward portion of that circle. What we're gonna do is be combining our race and chase with our propeller to get us facing from one direction to the next, transitioning about 180 degrees. For the sake of this movement, the camera will be north to keep it simple for you, and then either side of my body will be west and east. The propeller is gonna help me lead into the race and chase. So we'll draw a circle, and remember the bottom portion of the circle is the bottom hand. The top hand is primed on this top swing to use the entire body to turn and face the other direction. Following the rules of race and chase, I come right back to my propeller. Now the bottom portion of it, if I follow the downswing, I can pivot the other way, and it primes me for my underhand swing, race and chase, and brings me right back to propeller. This first pattern feels a lot like Tai Chi. Can you take those 3 movements and turn it into a fluid movement sequence with 2 beats per each position? So here, you'll go 1, pivot, 1, pivot, 1, pivot, 1, pivot, 1, turn, overhand, turn, 1, turn, underhand, turn, overhand, turn, underhand, overhand. Okay, so that was going with the circle in this direction, following the top hand in the direction of your overhand pattern, and following the underhand in the direction of your underhand pattern. Remember to train both sides. We'll do the other side, and remember, we're looking for 2 beats per position. Underhand, turn, come back. Overhand, come back. Underhand. Notice the figure 8 and the circles that my hands are drawing, and lead my entire body to follow. This is one of my favorite movements. The other day I was doing this on the beach back home in South Florida, and I had at least 2 or 3 people stop me and say, "What are you doing? Is that Tai Chi?" So this is extremely powerful, not only for your movement practice in rope flow, but for the rest of your life. These spiraling patterns show up throughout all of nature. We'll be combining the propeller and race and chase with the rope here. So you have your rope going, and remember the bottom hand will prime you into your swing, and your overhand is with the top side of the circle. We want to do 2 paces per position. This next movement sequence is pretty similar to the last one, but instead of using your propeller as your transition to get you from facing one side to the next, we'll be using the dragon roll pattern. This may feel a bit awkward without the rope if you're not proficient with the 3 movements, but keep in mind, this is about influencing your entire body to move intuitively. So at first it might feel awkward, just like learning a new dance, but after reps and reps and reps, you become a pro. So here we go. Start with the dragon roll, just to get into that comfortable circle. Now imagine the circle you're drawing coming across your body and then behind you as you turn the other direction. The front side of the dragon roll will lead you into your underhand pattern, and your dragon roll, when the rope is behind you, will lead you into your overhand pattern. For this movement sequence, we'll be using the Matadors Wheel instead of the Race and Chase, and the dragon roll instead of Propeller. So dragon roll, when the rope is backside, you turn into your overhand Matadors Wheel. Then you'll come back to your dragon roll, and then lean into your underhand Matadors Wheel before coming back into your backside and throwing to the other side. Boom, boom, pivot, boom, boom, pivot. Combining our dragon roll with our Matadors Wheel looks like this. So you go into your dragon roll, and then you'll go into your Matadors Wheel, dragon roll, Matadors Wheel. When we do this, we're using our dragon roll to transition to the other direction. Remember, the top hand leads into your overhand. On the front side, your bottom hand leads you into your underhand pattern. I hope you enjoy this. Like the Tai Chi one we just did earlier, this is one of the most profound movements that truly teaches you the power of fully integrated movement. Enjoy. Now that you figured out the pieces in a static position, we're going to take these movements dynamic. An interesting thing about the figure eight pattern is that it shows up in all of nature. It's how creatures move their body. This idea is called contralateral movement. I love to play this game with children where I ask them, do I look like a robot or a human? Notice when the same side limbs move at the same time, it seems robotic and unnatural, as opposed to contralateral movement feels much more comfortable to the eyes, mind, and there's a reason why. When you take that idea and put it into your shadow roping, it allows us to unlock natural movement and even extend our capacities as an athlete and as a human in everyday life. So this figure eight motion, we'll start with the Race and Chase, the simplest pattern, allows us to think coming out of one side and stepping with the other to create that contralateral pattern. From there, we're on the opposite side here, coming out of that Race and Chase, and you can step with the other foot. A great way to practice this is give yourself some room, create your figure eight to start, and feel yourself cutting across and stepping with the opposite foot. The timing will show itself when you start hitting a couple repetitions. If you want, for bonus points, you can use your transition to face the other direction and hit that figure eight on the other side. Your transition allows you to open up and face the other direction, and you can turn and step, 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 turn, turn, step, 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 step. This is a super fun pattern. It allows us to really see the benefits of what we're even doing here. As these figure eight patterns start to become more intuitive to the body, the entire body starts to respond as if it's been moving this way the entire time. Secret, it has. You started as a child developmentally on all fours on the ground, moving opposite hand, opposite foot as you crawl. Sedentary lifestyle makes this movement feel much more foreign as we become brittle and move less and less throughout our days. The shadow roping program and the rope is a perfect complement to your day to bring this movement back and make it intuitive again. So we have our 4 fundamental patterns, 2 transitionary movements, and the idea of contralateral motion. With those 5 puzzle pieces, we're able to start putting them together in a dynamic way, which I like to call play. Play is dynamic exploration. So now challenge your body and your mind to synchronize what we learn and make it feel like second nature. Can you use the circles that your arms are drawing to teach your body when to step, whether 2 circles on either side or 1, pivoting and turning and stepping? This kind of movement allows you to maintain balance no matter what you decide to do. Pivot and change directions, throw your knee, get low, switch feet. These patterns are so powerful because it unlocks head over foot, and balance in every single step of how you move. These patterns are great to use as a warm-up, as a dynamic cool down, or even as a shakeout throughout your day if you've been sitting for a while. The play part is not just good for your physical, it's incredible for your mental as well. All right, let's play. We'll start with Propeller because it's probably the simplest one of the entire pattern set, and then use that movement to create your possibilities. As you become more proficient with this movement, remember, your options start to open up quite a bit. Sneak, 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 drag and roll, turn, overhand Matadors Wheel, knee, lunge, turn, swing, step. In The Matrix, one of my favorite quotes was, "There is no spoon." In rope flow, there is no rope. Once your body fully understands what it's doing, the nature of your movement comes from your connection to the ground. In science, they teach us that energy can't be created nor destroyed, simply transferred. So question, if energy can only be transferred, what is transferring us energy? Our connection to the ground. So when we turn, if our connection to the ground initiates that movement, we'll have the highest potential possible. Enjoy your play, and remember, there's a reason we're moving this way. In making the shadow roping program, I've been asked, do I do shadow roping? And the answer is absolutely. Before I get into some of my flows, I might even visualize some of the patterns I'm looking to make or some of the positions I'm looking to get to when I'm stepping and traveling through my environment. The more proficient you become with these ideas and movements, the more engaging and fun the game gets. You can take this down the rabbit hole as far as you want to go. I hope you enjoy these patterns and enjoy this entire program.